Now we are shifting focus towards Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces along the international border in Jammu and Kashmir are on high alert as dense fog and biting cold wave conditions grip the region this winter. The Border Security Force, or the BSF, and the Jammu and Kashmir Police have intensified patrols and surveillance, deploying advanced equipment to counter potential infiltration attempts which historically rise during low visibility foggy weather. Officials have stated that the anti-infiltration grid has been strengthened with joint operations and high-tech tools ensuring round-the-clock vigilance despite the harsh weather challenges. Joining us live on the broadcast is our Jammu and Kashmir Bureau Chief Ajay Jandal. Ajay, when we are looking at heightened vigil, we are looking at increased searches, and there have been, in fact, the security forces in Jammu and Kashmir are on high alert given the conditions and given the infiltration attempts. Take us through the latest updates that you are getting on the ground.
In Jammu and Kashmir definitely is a matter of concern for the authorities, and I will try to show you the visuals that we have reached here in one of our border area where Jammu Kashmir Police Jawan, they are continuously doing searches in different parts, whether it is a houses, whether it is a forest area, whether it is other location, and this is basically to ensure that they have to check each and every individual residing in the border belt, because in the previous times as well there are apprehension that Pakistan they always try to push in the terrorists over here in the Jammu and Kashmir. They try to smuggle drugs and other things and weapons as well, and that's why these houses has to be properly checked. Whether if somebody is any fish suspicious, they has to be traced over out over here and then neutralized, because these areas are basically the border areas, and these border belts basically are the major locations where there are apprehension that somebody, if taking advantage of forest area, fog, and this winter season, they could hide in these locations, and they can be a threat to the civil society. And that's why these forces Jawan, they are doing these searches in that area, and they are moving from one to another locations and ensuring that they have to check each and every thing over here in the Jammu and Kashmir. These areas basically are the border belt areas from where these from where the terrorists in the past as well, they could try to infiltrate to this side. They could try to use these locations, water bodies and other river streams to cross over here, and then they can also try to disturb peace in the Jammu and Kashmir, especially after the Operation Sindoor. We have seen that when Pakistani terror launch were decimated, when their their forces were targeted, their bases were targeted, there are apprehension that Pakistani in frustration could try to push terrorists and then carry out major attacks in the Jammu and Kashmir. So that's why these Jawans, those who are basically doing searches, they are basically to ensure these searches are to ensure that every aspect of security has to be properly checked, and if there is any threat, that threat has to be decimated.
Absolutely. And Ajay, you have been bringing us those ground reports. It has been happening every day. You were near a river body yesterday. Today, these are the bordering villages that you are bringing us live visuals from. These searches are continuously being conducted by the security forces in order to make sure that there is no further infiltration attempt. And, in the winter season, like you have been pointing out, there is dense fog, and, infiltrators usually take advantage of those weather conditions in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes, right now I'm standing in one of our border village, and this is the last village, and right ahead of this area there is a there is a Pakistani position, and that's why there are apprehension that these areas are vulnerable areas, and there are possibility that Pakistan basically which always try to push terrorists over here, they could try to do the same, especially during this time as well. So that's why this area where we are standing, this is an area where one of our water, one of river, we can say small river stream is flowing towards Pakistan. So these kind of locations can be used by the terrorists to push in terrorists, and in the past as well similar kind of attempts have taken place. So that's why this is very important for these security forces to ensure that every point, everything has to be properly checked, and that's why these searches are going on over here in this area, and BSF on the borders and Jammu Kashmir police behind the border, they are continuously doing that. Our area has to be properly checked, and if any threat is there, they has to foil all the nefarious plan of enemy Pakistan.
All right. Thank you so much, Ajay, for bringing us all those details and updates from the international border.